and she is currently the scientific director of the MIAI.
MIAI,
right? Cluster, so it's one of these 9 excellence cluster that was mentioned, and she will introduce this cluster to us.
Yes, thanks. Thanks for the invitation. And yeah, I won't bring more simplicity in the system. I will even add some more. So as Julien introduced, the MIAI is one of the 9 clusters recently funded in France, given the France 2030 project. And so we are located in Grenoble, and Grenoble is southeast of France, like you've seen the map, in the heart of the Alpes. So our institute is called MIAI. And so I will go through all these points here, but we've got mainly 3 pillars, so research, education, and innovation. And these 3 pillars were compulsory to build this initiative in terms of AI cluster. So our adventure started in 2019, so a bit like the Helmholtz AI. And at this time, we had, the France 2030 launched 4 different clusters, and we were among the 4. And we had a budget of 20 million euros given by the state for 5 years. And in 2024, we had a big evaluation, and we were renewed. And this time, it's not only Grenoble, it's also including Chambéry-Annecy and Clermont-Ferrand, so it's not far away. It's close to, in the same, what we call the région in France. And our objectives are here. So we want to conduct cutting-edge research in AI, but as I said, there's a big pillar on training. So we want to engage AI courses for students at all levels and for professionals too. And we've got also to develop the link with companies. And yeah, so as I said, we started in 2019. Now we were renewed in 2024. So we built a whole consortium. And Grenoble is not a big university like the Paris one. So we had to embark all the permanent researchers in our institute. So it's really a Grenoble initiative. And now we are gathering Clermont, Auvergne, and USMB. And so this is the total budget here, including not only the finance from the states, but also the funding arriving from private company. So we've got different ways to to make all these institutes working. So here, you've seen that I'm not speaking about any labs, institutions, and so on. I'm just speaking about the whole area of all what we can gather in Grenoble, Clermont-Ferrand, and Annecy, Chambéry. So we've got a specific strength in Grenoble for developing core AI. So we've got the INRIA Center within the Grenoble area, and we've got also CEA, so the CEA, and our strength is really on hardware and embedded architectures to software, and we've got also big companies around that. And in terms of application, we are developing research in health, environment and energy, industry, and we are also enlarging now to education and cultural and creative industries. And we want to push also for having close link with humanities and social scientists from the beginning of the research in AI, because we think that we need to incorporate all this questioning at the beginning of the research. So the way we are, so it's a bit like any organization, and we are funding projects. So for the first instance of MIAI, we launched 47 projects with an amount of 400 kilo euros for 4 years. And we were able to recruit PhD students, postdocs, and have all this activity and increase all these activities around that. But we also, so it's quite, you can say that 47 is quite limited for the size of the site, but we also decided to fund some smaller projects, like collaborative projects, exploratory projects, so it's mainly funding for organizing events, funding for recruiting master internship. So it's quite a small amount of money, but we were able to really build a collaborative adventure within all partners. And also we've got the link with the industry in terms of having PhD phases between the researcher and some private company. Nice. So in terms of areas, so that's the core of the MIAI project. So as I said, we are developing machine learning, reasoning, hardware architecture, embedded AI, and interactive and generative AI. These are what I would call the core AI. But we've always an objective for this AI to be frugal and trustworthy by design at the beginning of all our research. That's an important point for us. So we already developed energy, environment, industry 4.0 and health as applications. And now we want to go for AI and education, AI and quantum, and AI and cultural and creative industries. So these are areas we think that are important in terms of AI for science. And we launched recently some projects dedicated to these areas. And the other part of our MIAI Institute is AI and society, where we want not only to develop AI for AI, but develop AI for some goal that we can address together. So I would, in particular, insist on AI and regulation. We've got a team within MIAI which are very active in terms of the AI Act procedure at the European level. And we've got also a lot of researchers working on the algorithmic society. And I really enjoy having all these people going around in AI, because I've learned recently that when you ask ChatGPT who is the average people on the planet, it's a man older than 50 years old. So I think we all need to have this sort of comments to be able to build on other sort of AI things. Nice. So in terms of education, we are based in. It's all linked between the universities. So we already have lots of courses within our universities, and we are trying to increase all these initial trainings. But we are working also hardly on the continuous training, and also for the public, the general public. And these are different initiatives here, and you can find all the details on the websites. And finally, in terms of innovation, so we we had startups coming from research developed in our first instance of MIAI, but we also have lots of link with company established in Grenoble. And the idea is really to push towards this local environment of all the companies and embark also the companies in Clermont-Ferrand and Chambéry-Annecy also on top of that. At the moment, we are really working at the local level and not really at the national level, but that's also our initiative to push for developing the local level areas and innovation. And so we also, so in terms of activities within MIAI, we are organizing lots of meetings, lots of different ways to gather around all these sort of things. And I forgot to mention here, we organized a few weeks ago a conference on AI and gender bias. And it was really nice to learn a lot about how can we have more women in these fields. And I want to make a focus on two different points for ending the talk. So the first one is our computer facility. So we've got a computer facility so this is specific to Grenoble, but I know in Clermont and in Annecy, Chambéry, they all have one. So what is hidden behind that is that this is an initiative also funded by CNRS and all the national institutions. So we've got our own clusters. I think it's not written here, but we've got free cooling also clusters, and they are really pushing for environmental friendly infrastructures. And inside this infrastructure, there are also some training possibility, and we've got also this engineering pool of people to help researchers on site to be able to go on with all these tools and maybe easy or more complicated initiatives. And I want to finish on this initiative here we've got in Grenoble with the hospital. So it's a specific it's not really, it's a data center, yes, in English. So we are collecting data from the hospital in Grenoble. It stays in Grenoble, and we want to facilitate the link between the clinicians and the researcher in other labs inside the MIAI Grenoble, with all the taking into account all the privacy and all the ethical constraints that you have in terms of hospital datasets. So this structure is starting to create a lot of what we call data lake. And of course, we spoke yesterday about do we need enough data, clean data, and here we want to do both. So a lot of data sets, but also clean data. And this will be linked directly to the computer infrastructure so that the researchers from the computer science lab can access the data via GRICAD, and then GRICAD can assure that all the ethical and privacy constraints are respected inside that. And with this, I will finish with the contact. So don't hesitate to come to us. There are a lot of calls that will launch soon, especially to welcome people from abroad. So and people who did their PhD abroad. Nice. And I must acknowledge all our, so that's the complex system of France. Thanks a lot.
We have a question.
Yeah, thank you very much for this nice talk and overview. I was wondering, since you are situated in Grenoble, if you also cooperate with the ESRF or the neutron source,
yes.
So this large-scale facilities there.
Yes, yeah. We've got collaboration with them, and it's so among the complexity of France. These are European infrastructures. And it takes time to build a long-lasting collaboration, but we are now able to build a joint project between them. And we are launching every year, I think, project in collaboration between researchers from the labs, universities, CNRS, INRIA, and so on, and the ESRF, yes, yeah. And
that's very cool. So next question, did you also consider like linking it with Hamburg, Helmholtz, Daisy Center, like this kind of cooperation?
Yeah, that's a good transition to the round table, right? Yeah, of course, yeah, that's what we are looking at. So as Julien said, our organization is complicated, and I think I'm not sure is there an equivalent of Helmholtz in France, but yeah, because here MIAI is really local. So we are trying to enlarge, but it's really local. But we are affiliated to CNRS, so the SS Center also is part of all this network of collaboration. And within UGA, so the Université Grenoble Alpes, we've got a specific partnership with KIT. It's a strategic partnership, and so I think it started 2-3 years ago, something like that. And we've got co-fund projects between the two entities. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks. Yeah.